It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Alright, so really interesting stuff coming out of Matchroom Boxing and out of the mouth of Eddie Hearn. Now, full disclaimer, I do like Eddie Hearn, but I'm also aware that sometimes Eddie Hearn got $1 million mouthpiece. Sometimes he can blow smoke, right? So I understand all that. But he recently came out with an interesting piece of information that apparently he's talking to none other than Philadelphia's favorite boxing son, Jaron Ennis, about signing him to Matchroom Boxing. Now, that's real interesting because we know that Boots doesn't contractually have a promoter, so to speak. He was contractually signed to Showtime, but Showtime is no longer in the boxing business. So could it be that Showtime maybe isn't even in the Jaron, or that PBC isn't a part of the Jaron Ennis business, even though he's fought on their platform? I'm not so sure. But look, man, I'll tell you this. One thing about Boots, and I've been to a Boots fight before, I feel like Boots should already be a bigger star. And people can criticize Eddie Hearn all they want about not knowing how to promote in America. One thing I know he's going to do if he does sign Jaron Ennis is try. He's going to try. And he's going to do some very simple things that I think should have already been happening in his career. Now, what are these simple things you speak of, BT? What are these simple things you speak of, True School? I'll tell you what they are. He's from Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a boxing town. Philadelphia is a fighting city. They love boxing. But when you look at their top fighters, Stephen Fowl and Jaron Ennis, they don't really have consistent fights. Like, since they've been at the world-class level, you don't see them being built up in Philadelphia. And I feel like Jaron Ennis is such an amazing talent in the sport, such an entertaining talent in the sport, that he's the kind of guy that would be able to obviously captivate us, the hardcore boxing fans and the boxing nerds like myself, but also the casual sports fan. I feel like he's someone that the whole city of Philadelphia could get behind. And he needs the opportunity, he needs the platform, he needs the consistent dates, he needs the consistent fights to be able to do that. And I think if he does sign with Eddie Hearn, he'll get the opportunity to do that. Because I see Boots, like the way I see him fighting like, at all the top venues in Philadelphia. And if really done properly, like if he was really promoted properly, I feel like Boots should be fighting at like Citizens Bank Park where the Phillies play or where the Eagles play. Something like that. I feel like he's that caliber of fighter. I feel like he's that caliber of star, but he just hasn't had the marketing. He hasn't had the platform and the people to get behind him in the right way to tell the Jaron Ennis story to the world and be that megaphone for him. So I'm hoping, truth be told, I'm hoping it happens. I'm hoping he signed with Eddie Hearn only because I feel like Eddie Hearn will try. Because let's be real and let's be objective here. Hypothetically speaking, if Ennis signed with Eddie Hearn, I think Jaron Ennis, from a talent standpoint, at the point that Eddie Hearn is getting him, would be the most talented American fighter he's ever had in his entire life. More than anybody can think of. Y'all can agree with that or not, but I'm just telling you what I think. I think Eddie Hearn has never signed any American fighter, any USA-based or born fighter that's as talented as Jaron Ennis. And he will be getting him at a part of his career where, people in boxing know he's great, but he still has his best boxing in front of him. It's not behind him. Like, for example, he had Demetrius Andrade, who I think the world of, but he had Demetrius Andrade when his best boxing was already behind him. He was still good when he got him, but his best boxing was behind him at 54. Same thing when he had Mikey Garcia. Best boxing was behind him. He's got a lot of washed up or past their prime, or just guys that were not in their prime, but big name American, some big name American talent. Boots is different because he's trending upwards, not downwards. So I just like the possibilities. I like the fact that you could have someone like Eddie Hearn with his mouthpiece being that megaphone to tell the Jaron Ennis story to the world, which I think is a very easy story to tell. And I think it's, like he said, it's a very easy for him to put a plan together of what they're going to do with Boots, because Jaron Ennis is a good of enough talent where you don't got to put safety on this Glock. You don't have to baby him or maneuver him. He's the goods. Like, he's good. He's fantastic. He can beat any welterweight in the world. And that includes Terrence Crawford or whoever you want to name. He's that damn good. So I just hope that this happens. And I'm not like a PBC hater or a Matchroom fanboy, so to speak, but I am a Jaron Ennis big fan of his, and I just want him to get a situation behind him where he has a chance to be the biggest star he could possibly be, because I think it would be a net positive overall for the sport of boxing. So That's just what it is. The fact that Eddie Hearn mentioned that his main priority, if he did sign him, would be for him to be fighting in Philadelphia. That's what has me already on board. Because there's no reason why Boots shouldn't be regularly main eventing in Philadelphia. There's no reason why, when he wants to go to a Philadelphia 76ers game and he's sitting courtside, that the whole arena shouldn't, the whole 20,000 of the arena shouldn't acknowledge his talent and the greatness he brings to the ring. That's what I think about Boots Ennis. For all the Boots fans out there that get in their feelings every time I say things that are not 100% on the side, those are my true feelings about Jaron Ennis. And I just hope that he gets a chance to have that platform, because I'll tell you guys a story that I end the video. I got a ticket to go to his fight when he fought Thomas DeLorme. He wasn't in the main event. The main event was Butiev versus Jamal James. That was the main event. So he wasn't in the main event on that card, but for me, in my eyes, he was the main event. And I remember when he fought, he walked out and the arena was the crowd was very, very sparse, and the crowd was very, very empty. And it's unfortunate because, the ones that were there got treated to a first round knockout. But I just feel like, a guy of his caliber, not only should he have been main eventing, but the Mandalay Bay, the whole Mandalay Bay should have been sold out. But when you don't properly build a fighter from a promotional standpoint, that's what happens. So I'm just hoping that, while there's still time to build him into a star, he gets a chance to fight in Philadelphia and be that star of the welterweight division that we need in boxing. So that's the news. Eddie Hearn is apparently talking to Jaron Ennis. I'm not sure if I should believe it or not, but that's the news. So y'all can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you want him to sign with Eddie Hearn? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take your eyes. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.